Hi folks, Ray DVD here on the Movie Reviewers 100 channel again. This week it is Ron Howard week and I'm going to do something a wee bit different. I'm not going to actually speak about a specific film. I just want to talk a wee bit about Ron Howard and how his film career has went and what he actually meant to my own film history and stuff. So way back in the 70s, if you can believe that. America, from a British point of view, was a exotic place. It was like a place where it was far away. It took ages to get on the planes. I don't know if it was beyond like the average customers, I believe, to buy flights and stuff. And it just seemed to be like a totally different world. And everything, though they always say like America is bigger and better and stuff, but all the good programs that when we were kids always came from America. The $6 Million Man, Kojak, Columbo, the Rockford Files, and all that sort of stuff. But even just before that, when I was a wee bit younger, there was two shows that really influenced when I was young, and it was the Waltons. John Boy Walton, he was like a very iconic figure for even British kids. We seen him. He was the everyman, and we used to watch the programs. On a Monday night. Never missed an episode. Another one was Happy Days, where Ron Howard played Richie Cunningham, and he was it was the same type of everyman type of character. He was the guy that we would relate to. We all wanted to be the Fonz, but in reality we were Richie Cunningham. So that's where I first got to know Ron Howard from. And he was like, your typical all-American guy. He had the red hair. It was like the Beach Boy image. Big buck teeth. Freckles all over his face and whatever. But he was a likable guy, and we used to watch Happy Days as well, like the Waltons. These were the two iconic when you were younger. And it was interesting to see him gone from that and into films. He did loads of TV before that, but which we didn't know at the time. But the film that came to prominence for me was The Shootist, starring John Wayne. One of John Wayne's last film. I think it was his last film. And I remember reading John Wayne's biography, and he was talking. Ron Howard was in it. It was his first film and stuff, and it was it was interesting to see like Ron Howard in a different role from Richie Cunningham. He had appeared in American Graffiti the year before he had started Happy Days, and that was another role where you seen Harrison Ford. At this time in my film history, I just watched Star Wars and I was trying to get into Harrison Ford's filmography, and then I seen him in that. But Richard Cunningham was in that as well, so I haven't seen it for many years, but I was actually going to do it for this film review, but I didn't have enough time actually. But I'm going to revisit it just to see how good American Graffiti was. And then he would go on to also do, he'd become a prominent director, where he would do like Apollo 13. I'm just looking up the filmography here. So he would go on. He had a second career. He'd become this Oscar-winning director, and I'm just looking through some of his filmography. One of his first films that he directed was Grand Theft Auto. Of course, Roger Corman, who gave so many directors their directing break. He gave Ron Howard his big break as well. Films like Splash, where I haven't actually watched EJ's review yet, but he's reviewed Splash, so I'm just about to watch that. Cocoon, such an iconic 80s film. Willow, which is it's a science fiction fantasy film. I don't know if I actually remember seeing this. Backdraft, which was a fantastic film as well. Far and Away, which I think it got mixed reviews, but I thought it was pretty good. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Apollo 13, of course. Ransom. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, one of the perennial classics at Christmas. The Da Vinci Code. But two of his his more interesting roles is Frost Nixon. Really fascinating film, you know, to see the dynamics of that David Cross, the television presenter, and of course the American president. And one of the films that I always liked was A Beautiful Mind, starring Russell Crowe, of course, and Jennifer Connelly. Just having a look right here on the IMDb. Really fascinating film about a true story about a mathematician who suffered from schizophrenia and how he managed to battle it and stuff. So really fascinating film. So his director career, he's had a fascinating, a wide ranging subject matters, you know, from like the space race to cowboys with the missing, and like to like mental health issues and stuff through A Beautiful Mind. So it's great to see Ron Howard, you know, from way back when I was a kid, from the Richard Cunningham era, now into an Oscar-winning director, and he's hoping that he's going to make some more really interesting films, because he's one of these directors that gets you thinking, and you know he can make a stylish film, but also he's got the thought-provoking parts of it as well. So look out for the rest of the boys' reviews during the week, and thanks for watching.